crafters, welcome to Elf Creations. My name is Gareth. Welcome to today's video. I posted back in the summer these lovely lantern ornaments which I created using these lanterns, which are available from Poundland, which is equivalent to your dollar stores. So there's one that I did. I'm just going to show you the ones that I've created already, and then we can crack on with today's version. And then we have this one here, and then we have this little chap here. Right, now apart from the lantern, these lanterns do have this closure here, but on some of them it is a bit hit and miss. But just make sure that all your glass panels are in place so that they're not going to fall out, because obviously once you've created your scene inside, you could, if you want to, glue this shut, or do what like I've done on some of the others. All I've done is use a magnet, and I put the magnet on this side, and then as it closes, it keeps it secure. So you can either glue it shut or you can use magnet. Now I'm going to use a magnet because if I want to go back and take things out and use them again. Right, the first thing I'm going to do is show you my polar bears. Now I got these polar bears in the sale in January, but I cannot for the life of me remember where I got them from. And it's a pack of 4, and each of the bears has a fish in its mouth. Now on some of the previous ones I used the bear with the fish in its mouth. Then I found a seller on eBay that was selling miniature Coca-Cola bottles. So I thought I would use some of the miniature Coca-Cola bottles. They came with this Coca-Cola tray, and you can put the Coca-Cola bottles in there if you wanted to. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do in regards to the miniatures I'm going to use, so I'll just leave those to one side. I've already taken the fish out, and I've hot glued one of the Coca-Cola bottles in his mouth, and I've also taken out the piece of ribbon that was there to hang him up, and I've just painted over the top with some white. So we are going to put our little fellow, and you have to remember that with these particular decorations we are working from the back out. So the first thing you do is you glue your desired ornamentation in place. So I'm just going to put some hot glue on the base of this fellow, and you must obviously do it so he's facing outwards. You don't want him facing you, because then he will be facing the wrong way. So when I turn him around, he is obviously facing in the correct direction. And I've got some of these polystyrene snowballs, so just in case I wanted to use those. Now I'm going to use some Snow-Tex. I'm going to cover the bottom of this lantern in Snow-Tex. So I'm just going to simply, as best I can, get the Snow-Tex in there. Now you don't have to completely cover the floor with this Snow-Tex. This Snow-Tex does dry hard, so it's another good thing to anchor your desired embellishment or your desired ornament within these lanterns. So I'm going to put this Snow-Tex all around my cute little polar bear. And your polar bears aren't very small, are they? They're rather large creatures. So I'm just going to do that. And actually what I should have done, crafters, I should have actually put some of this in before I stuck him down. So I'm just going to unstick him. I make the mistake so you don't have to. What you need to do is make sure that you've got some of this Snow-Tex in the front of the lantern, in the front here, before you stick him down, because if you don't put it in, you're not going to be able to get any in the front, and that's exactly where you need it. So I'm just going to stick him back in now, back where he was. There we go, and continue on with the Snow-Tex around him. Now I am going to put some fake snow in here as well, just to give it a bit of glisten. So might as well just use this last bit that's in this pot. So I'm just going to bring it up to you, so just so it's like that. Okay, and then I'm going to, do I want to add this tray? Because it's quite, if I add this tray, are you going to see it? I don't think you are. So what I'm going to add is I'm going to add another one of the Coca-Cola bottles. I'm just going to put a dab of hot glue on the bottom, and I'm going to push that into the Snow-Tex. The Snow-Tex. And I'm also going to put some of these faux snowballs in there, just for a bit of whimsy. I think I'm going to have 3 and then 1 on top of that. So I've just put 3 into the Snow-Tex. I'll bring that up to the camera so you can see. I've just squished 3 into the Snow-Tex, and the 4th one, which I'm going to put on top of those 3, I'm going to put a dab of glue, so it's almost like a stack of snowballs. Make sure it's in place. Let me just use my tweezers because I just caught my finger there. Yep, that's right. And do I want to put another of the Coke cans in, or Coke bottles in? I think I do. I'm just going to put one of those in there. Right. Now it's at this stage where I add the faux snow, because as the Snow-Tex hardens and sets, it will seal some of that artificial snow in. Obviously you want some to be loose as well, so I'm just going to pile some of this faux snow, and you can get this from your pound stores, your dollar stores, and just general craft stores in general. So let's pop that in there, and then on the outside, let me just clean up my mess. Okay, on the outside I've got this Snow Writer. Now this is a different one to the usual one that I used on the first 3. This one has this is glistening Snow Writer. Now what I noticed from this one is a lot more. This one's a lot more watery. It's a lot thinner. So I'm going to put quite a thick line of it along the top here, and then along the bottom I'm going to do it so it almost looks like there's been a build up in the corners, and then a line, and then a build up on the other corner. Now it's up to you how you finish off your front panels and your side panels, but this is what I like to do. I noticed that this one does run slightly, which actually helps with the snow look to it. Okay, and then with a fan brush, I go to the top and I fan down, just to give it that suggestion of icicles. And just wipe off any that you get on the metal. Same on the sides. Push it down, just to give it that suggestion of icicles. Now you'll need to see what I mean. See how it's going over the edge. It's thinner, so but I actually quite like that because it just gives it a bit more natural look. So I will let that one dry, and while that's drying I'm going to do what I will do with this one, but on one that is dry. Right. I've got one here that is dry already. Now just wipe off my fan brush with a paintbrush, and I have some iridescent glue that has glitter in it. So this is glitter glue. This isn't the art glitter glue, this is glitter glue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the top of both the metal cage, because I like this metal cage to have a glisten, just the framework of the metal cage, and also the Snow Writer, just to give it that kind of snow glisten look. It's important that you wait for the Snow Writer to dry, otherwise you just water it down and then you don't get the same effects of the what's the word I'm looking for, of the icicles. If you've got miniature houses that you like to display, you could do a little village scene in here. You could do, oh, have I done all that off camera? I am so sorry guys if I was off camera. I get into my own headspace and I completely forget. You could, if you have a village and you've got some excess figurines, you could pop them in here with some snow and some other bits and pieces. But I just think they look absolutely gorgeous. And I just want to go back to the one I just finished. Can you see how it's dripping down because it's so much thinner? Now I don't mind that because I just think it enhances the fallen, and then it's got so heavy it's fall, you know, it's coming off naturally. That doesn't bother me at all. But if it does, then I would suggest you use the traditional Snow Writer. This is the Snow Writer glistening, and then they have the other Snow Writer which doesn't have the glisten, which is a much more thicker substance. This is thinner, and then you get that. But I quite like that. That doesn't bother me at all. That will dry, and I think it actually makes it look more natural. Once this snow is dried, I will then go over it as I have done with this, with the iridescent glitter glue. And that's how I created these lovely ornaments. Thank you very much for watching guys, and I will see you again very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.